Yeah. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gauri Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gauri Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gauri Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotee. So today is 12th of March. It is Wednesday. It is Govinda Masa, Phalguna Masa, Sukla Paksham, Chaturdasi Tithi. There are no Vaishnava events today, but tomorrow it is a Purnami, Gaura Purnami, appearance day of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and fasting until moonrise. So that is tomorrow's fasting until moonrise. Okay, so apart from that, no events today. So we shall quickly move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami describing the pastimes of with to Parikshit Maharaj. So in the last session, so Vidra in his pilgrimage, so he has come to the place where it is called Prabhasa Kshetra. So during that time, Yudhishthira was only the king. He was ruling under one flag. So at that time, he has heard that during the battle of Kurukshetra between the armies of Pandavas and armies of the Duryodhana, so many people have been died. Almost all people have been died. They're all the relatives of Vidura as well. Just like a giving an analogy with like a bamboo sticks rubbed each other and the fire came and then it burns the entire forest. Likewise. After hearing that, he was grieving for some time and then he walked towards the Saraswati River in the west direction. So likewise, Sukadeva Goswami mentioning tatra ata Sushrusha suhrud vinastim vanam yata venuja vahni samsrayam samspardaya dagdham atanu sochan saraswatim pratyag iyaya tushnim. So likewise, Sukadeva Goswami said. So further, he is describing that, and what are the different places Vidura has visited when he has gone to the Saraswati River, Saraswati Pratyag, where the Saraswati River flows towards the west direction. That is where even Vyasadeva's ashrama is also there. So here Vidura, he has gone to nearer to the Saraswati River. There are 11 pilgrimage places, so he has visited all of them. All are that this Vishnu, not only this 11, and also there are many other Vishnu temples. He has visited all of them, which are established by the sages and the devotees of the Lord. And he used to see those temples even from the far distance and remembering Krishna, so he was deriving so much happiness by just looking at the Vishnu temples. Okay, likewise, Sukadeva Goswami is mentioning. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 1, verse number 22 and 23 as well. तस्यां त्रिदस्य भूषणसो मनश्या कृतो अतः अग्नेः असितस्य वायोः तीर्थं सुदासस्य गवां गुहस्य यश्राद्धदा देवस्य साशिषेवे तस्यां कृतस्य भूषणसो मनुष्य तस्यां that the Saraswati at the bank of Saraswati river tasyam tritasya is the pilgrimage site named Tritha. Bhushanasha is the pilgrimage site named Bhushana, and Manosha also the pilgrimage site named Manu. Prutoho that of Prudu. Ata thereafter Agnehe that of Agni. Asitasya that of Asita. Vayoho that of Vayu. Tritam Tirtham. Tirtham is the places of pilgrimages. Sudasasya of the name Sudasha. Gavam, that of go or the cow. Gavam is the cow, that of go. And Guhasya, that of Guha. And yet, and thereupon, Shraddha Devasya of the name Shraddha Deva. Saha is the Vidra. Sa Ashasheve. Vidra, he duly visited and performed the rituals in all the Vishnu temples. These are the 11 pilgrimage places. They are situated on the bank of the river Saraswati. तस्यांतकस्य भूषणसो मनोष पृथ अथ अग्निः असितस्य वायोः तीर्थं सुदासस्य घवां गुहस्य यश्राद्धदेवस्य स आशिषेवे. So Vidura visited all these pilgrimage sites. So translation for this verse. On the bank of the river Saraswati, there were 11 places of pilgrimage, namely Trita, Vushana, Manu, Prutu, Agni, Asita, Vayu, Sudasha, Go, Guha, and Shraddha Deva. Vidura visited all of them and duly performed rituals. Okay, and then next shloka. अन्यानि चेह द्विजदेव देवैः कृतानि नाना यतनानि विष्णोः प्रत्यङ्मुख्याङ्कितमन्दिराणि यद्दर्शनात् कृष्णम् अनुस्मरन्ति. Anyani cha. So here 11 pilgrimage sites plus Anyani and others also. Anyani cha iha. So in this, when he was going to the pilgrimages, wandering on the earth, Anyani cha iha Dvijadeva Devaihi. So by the great sages, Dvijadeva Devaihi and the demigods. Dvijadeva Devaihi Krutani, and they have established by. So these are all these Anyanicha, all these pilgrimage sites are established by the Vijayadeva Devaihi, by the great sages and the demigods. Nana Aitanani Vishnoho, and there are various forms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So all demigods, Vishnu Bhakta Smruta Deva, all the devotees of the Vishnu, they are the Deva. And Asuraha Tad Viparyayaha. So Asuraha Tad Viparyayaha. Who are not Vishnu devotees, they are all Asuras. So there is one beautiful meaning of Asura is given by Gauranga Das Prabhuji. Asuhu Ramanti Te iti Asuraha. That means who wanted to keep his life force within the body for a long time and enjoy. He is called Asura. So Gauranga Das Prabhuji was mentioning in some lecture, some kind of meeting. Okay, so here Vishnu, all the devotees of Vishnu, the great sages and demigods, they have established the temples of Vishnu. Pratyanga Mukyankita Mandirani. Pratyanga, so Prati Anga, each and every Anga part. Mukya Ankita, so the chief Ankita marked Mandirani temples. So Mukya Ankita means they are marked with, so each temple has got a specific features. For example, if you go to the Jagannath temple, on the top of the temple, we see the Sudarshan Chakra from very far distance. So likewise, each temple has got a different features. Prati Anga Mukya Ankita Mandirani. They have got special features of each and every temple. Mandirani, all the temples. Yad Dharshanat, by looking or by seeing from a distance, Krishnam Anusmaranti, Vijra is remembering Krishna every moment. Just by looking at the Vishnu temple from very far distance. As soon as we see the Sudarshan Chakra on top of the Jagannath Puri temple, we remember Krishna, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra immediately. Likewise, these Gopuras of the if we just go to some South India, these Gopuras are very highly elevated. As soon as we see Ranganath, this is Padmanabha temple, this is Govinda, Srinivasa, Balaji. So likewise, remembering all the different forms of Vishnus. This is the Yad Darshanad Krishnam Anusmaranti. All the Vishnu's forms are the expansions of Krishna. All Vishnu forms are coming from the Krishna only. Krishna is the source of all Vishnu forms. Yad Darshanad Krishnam Anusmaranti. So during that time, Krishna was present and that in the Dwaraka. Okay, so that is how Sukadeva Goswami is describing here. अन्यानि चेह द्विजदेवदेवैः कृतानि नाना ऐतनानि विष्णोः प्रत्यङ्गमुख्याङ्कितमन्दिराणि यद्दर्शनात् कृष्णम् अनुस्मरन्ति. So just looking at the temple, whether is remember Krishna. So translation for this verse. There were also many other temples of various forms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, established by great sages and demigods. These temples were marked with the chief emblems of the Lord, and they reminded one always of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. Okay, purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request Asha Mataji to read the purport, please? Okay, if Asha Mataji is not there. Yes, Mataji. Yeah, kindly, please.
Human society is divided into 4 social orders of life and 4 spiritual divisions applying each and every individual person. This system is called Varnashrama Dharma and has been discussed in many places in this great literature. The sages or persons who completely devoted themselves to the spiritual upliftment of the human entire human society were known as Divya Deva, the best amongst the twice born. The denizens of superior planets from the moon planet and upwards were known as Devas. Both the Divya Devas and the Devas always established temples of Lord Vishnu in his various forms, such as Govinda, Madhusudana, Narasimha, Madhava, Keshava, Narayana, Padmanabha, Parthasarathi, and many others. The Lord expands himself in innumerable forms, but all of them are non-different from another. Lord Vishnu has 4 hands, and each hand holds a particular item, either a conch shell, wheel, club, or lotus flower. For these 4 emblems, the chakra or wheel is the chief. Lord Krishna, being the original Vishnu form, has only one emblem, namely the wheel, and therefore he is sometimes called the Chakri. The Lord's chakra is the symbol of the power by which the Lord controls the whole manifestation. If you could move it. The tops of the Vishnu temples are marked with the symbol of the wheels so that the people may have the chance to see the symbol from the very long distance and at once remember Lord Krishna. The purpose of building very high temples is to give people the chance to see them from a distant place. This system is carried on in India whenever a new temple is constructed and it appears that is coming down from a time before recorded history. The foolish propaganda by atheists that temples were constructed only in later days is refuted here because Vidura visited these temples at least 5,000 years ago. And the temples of Vishnu were in existence long before Vidura visited them. The great sages and demigods never established statues of men or demigods, but they established temples of Vishnu for the benefit of common men. to raise them to the platform of God consciousness. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So here, this is about the different pilgrimages. So during the battle of Kurukshetra, one is the Vidura gone on the pilgrimage, and another one is also a Balaram. So both have visited so many different pilgrimages. Balaram has gone to many other places. Even he traveled towards the southern South India as well. So that we see in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so and here Prabhupada is again describing about the Varnashrama Dharma. Out of those things, Brahmaneshu, um, Brahmanaः Uttamaः, Brahmaneshu api Vedajno. So again, there is again hierarchy of it. So here, this is Vijadeva. These are the best among the twice born, are the great sages. So who have completely devoted to the Supreme Lord. So they used to establish the temples, Vishnu temples. So even if one is having money in his hand and he is a devotee, his duty is just to construct the temple of Vishnu, contribute to the construction of Vishnu. So likewise, many temples have been established, and these are Puryoho Bhagavataha Priyaha. Ye yaga bhuivartante Puryoho Bhagavata Priyaha. Tastanti Vaikunte Tatra Lila Dhamadhritaha. So in order for manifested by the devotees here, but it is by the mercy of the Lord, just so that Lord, He will perform His pastimes. Likewise, we have got so many temples here. Kshirachora Gopinath temple, and there's many temples. It is innumerable, countless. So these are established by our great sages, Vijayadeva Devaihi. And then the Lord has got the symbols when all these temples have got particular markings. For example, if you go to Tirupati Balaji temple, there is chakra and the shankha. So both are established in the middle. The tilak, it is a very beautiful tilak is there. So that is the symbol of Tirumala. If you go to Jagannatha, we see the chakra is on top of the temple. Likewise, from the Sri Rangam as well, and many temples are there. I don't remember exactly what symbols, but here Prabhupada is describing about the especially chakra is symbol of the power by which Lord controls the whole manifestation. So this chakra Nati Ajrakshi Brahmirayuresham Trayodasharam Trisatam Sasti Parva Shatnemi Ananta Chedi Yatrinavi Karala Soto Jagat Achedya Dhavat. So this Sudarshan Chakra, it is moving very fastly in the Brahma Jyoti, a kind of that. Nate Akshara Brahmirayuresham Trayodhasharam. And then it is taking away the life of this entire universe. This is how it is mentioned. Nate Ajra Akshi Brahmirayuresham Trayodhasharam. And it is the technical details of the Sudarsana Chakra as well. It contains unlimited spokes and then three centers like that. Okay, so we're not going in detail about it. Okay, so so Lord controls the whole manifestation by the Lord. Lord Chakra is symbol of the power by which Lord controls the whole manifestation. And the tops of Vishnu temples are marked with the symbol of the wheel so that people may have chance to see the symbol from very long distance. Sometimes we don't go because of too much crowd, we cannot enter into the temple. But from outside itself, many devotees they take the darshan of the temple and then return. Of course, it happened to me also number of times. Okay, so the purpose of building very high temples is to give people a chance to see them from a distant place. So this is how Vidura was remembering Krishna all the time. So this it is carrying out that tradition is carrying out in India nowadays as well. But here, foolish people or foolish propaganda by atheists that temples were constructed only in later days is refuted here because Vidura visited these temples and also Balarama visited temples and also Parashurama. So during that time, he also visited so many of other pilgrimages as well. These are we see from all the Puranas. So temples of Vishnu were even during the Lord Ramachandra's that time as well. They used to have the Vishnu temple in the home. Dashrad Maharaj. So in the temples of Vishnu were existing long before Vidra visited them. The great sages and demigods they never established statues of men or demigods. They established temples of Vishnu. Nowadays it is a common practice for the foolish people. They establish some kind of small demigods or just with they give different names or the humans. That is foolishness. But that does not help them. But establishing the Vishnu's temples to raise them to the platform of God consciousness. Vishnu Bhakta Smritadhaiva Asuraha Tadviparyayaha. Okay, likewise, Prabhupada is describing here in this purport. अन्यानि चेह द्विजदेवदेवैः कृतानि नानायतनानि विष्णोः प्रत्यङ्मुख्याङ्कितमन्दिराणि यद्दर्शनात् कृष्णम् अनुस्मरन्ति यद्दर्शनात् Krishnam Anusmaranti. So just remembering Krishna again and again. This is what Yoginam Rupanirnitam Hare Namanu Kirtanam. Because we need to always glorify Krishna. Hare Namanu Anukirtanam again and again, continuously. That is Yoginam Rupanirnitam. They decided. Because of that, now they have established the Vishnu temples throughout the world. And then as soon as we see it, we remember Krishna. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. So we shall quickly move into our Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So to continue the reading of this letter, so this is the letter to Navtiyaji. So and we have read up to the 6 points, and we shall continue the up to from 7 to 11. Okay, can you request Usha Mataji to read 7 to 11, please?
Yes, Prabhu. Regarding Swamis and Swaminis, you have been many misinformed among my disciples. There is only one Swami or Swami, sannyasi. But there is no Swamini. Woman is never offered sannyasa in the Vedic culture up to Vanaprastha stage. The woman may remain with her husband as assistant or friend without any sex relation, and when a man takes sannyasi, the woman has no connection with him. I am very sorry to inform you that there are some Indian Swamis in this country who are living with so-called Swaminis. But so far we are concerned, we follow strictly the Vedic principle. All our students are following the regulative principle as mentioned in section 3, paragraph 2. As referred to above, we have got only one Swami, but no Swaminis. Rather, I encourage the boys and girls to get married and live regularly on the Vedic principles. They are following this instruction and they are happy and advancing in Krishna consciousness. The Americans are very intelligent and qualified boys and girls, so they understand the principles as genuine and thus they accept them. They understand that Krishna consciousness movement is neither Indian nor Hindu, but it is cultural movement for the whole human society. Although, of course, because it is coming from India, it has Indian and Hindu touch. Kindly refer to section 2, paragraph 3. We are expanding every month. Recently, I received one letter from my disciples in England, and the report is very favorable. In the villages of England, they are very much receptive to this movement, and even children in grammar school are chanting Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Sorry, thank you so much, Mataji. So, any takeaway points from this paragraph, Mataji?
So this paragraph is Prabhupada is mentioning about that only there is a Swami, not Swaminis. So woman is can't take a sannyasa is according to the like Vedic principles. So when that husband takes sannyasa, when the woman can only assist to be a friend, and then they can't have any relation or any about sex relations. And the Prabhupada is mentioning about that the boys and girls, if they want to get married, they married. Then moving the Krishna consciousness further, so they have to follow all the regulative principles according to the Vedic culture. And the mentioning about that what we read earlier 2 days, we are just reading this letter. So the Prabhupada said it's good to kindly refer to the paragraph. He mentioned everything in that before earlier. So and yeah, Prabhupada is saying that this one is of course is the Krishna consciousness is for everybody, not for like that any it's coming from India, but they have an Indian touch and the Hindu touch. But this is all for human society, the Krishna consciousness. And then he said that they are taking very nicely in England and villages that they move and very much in Krishna consciousness. And even though they said in the school, grammar school, they're chanting Hare Krishna. So this Prabhu, there's a main about the Swami, I just take away that woman can't have that sannyas. So, and then in that like present uh, some ladies are taking the sannyas, so something like that. Prabhupada just I don't know that it's they can take a sannyasa ladies. So Prabhupada strictly said no, the woman can't take the sannyas. They can't call this Swamini, the Swami. We can explain a bit more about that. Ladies about sannyas. Thank you, Prabhu, very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Nicely explained. Okay, so dear devotees, any other comments you wanted to add? Okay, so that in this letter Swamini and Swami. Swami is the at the time only Ketananda Maharaj was given sannyasa order, so is as of that point of time, and but not sannyasa was not given to any other women or Matajis. So Prabhupada was mentioning that the sannyas is not meant for the Matajis, only for the Prabhujis. At the time only Ketananda Maharaj was there. Okay, and then just everyone Prabhupada was encouraging the young devotees so to get married and live regularly on the Vedic principles. So that is the essential instruction. We do not have to go away from the homes just like the sages go secluded place and perform yoga. We don't have to do that one. So at the home, nicely have a deity at home and then worship every day morning and evening. And then that is how we live happily, following the regulative principles and associating with the devotees, disconnection with the materialistic people. That will lead to the happy life. Okay, so that is Prabhupada is mentioning. So here, Navatayaji, so he asked many questions. So Prabhupada is addressing each and every question in a chronological order. Okay, so this is Sanatana Dharma. It is established throughout the world, but mainly it is followed. India is the spiritual hub of the world, where all the sages and holy places are there. Because of that, and because the India was called as a Hindu by some other people who are living other side of the Indus River, so Sindhu River. because that it is called Hindu. So just like they made it like that. But otherwise, this entire world was following Sanatana Dharma. It belongs to everyone. Okay, so it's a cultural movement again reviving. So that is Prabhupada is mentioning, and everyone are receptive. So here, on an average basis, IQ of the people in the Western countries for women and men, it is more comparatively, but that does not mean that they will escape from the death, old age, disease, and death. But it is not one has to live for longer. Kim pramattaihi bahubihi hainaihi. So it is Kim pramattaihi bahubihi hainaihi ham varamuhurtam viritam ghatade shreyase yataha. Even a few moments is also just remembering in Krishna consciousness. Varamuhurtam, even 40 minutes. Muhurtam is 40 minutes. Okay, so but whatever the time period we live, we need to always remember Krishna. That is only the essence of it. That is followed in India. So as part of our Srimad Dharma. Okay, so that movement is much receptive in this, even in the Western countries, grammar schools and villages, like that. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. That is my takeaway and reflections as well. Any other comments? So just remembering like how much time, as Gauridas Prabhuji was mentioning, Asura means who wanted to prolong his life, keep the life here within the body here itself and enjoy. Asu means the life force. Asura means Ramante iti Asuhu. He is called Asura. It is very, I just first time hearing that one. But yes, that is, I understand. Asu means it is the life force, and Ramante. We have got Ramante iti no, Ramante yogino, Anante. Iti Ramapadena so. What is that one? Satyanande Chiratmani. Iti Ramapadena so. Param Brahmam Abhidiyate. So it is Rama, is whoever is enjoying in the Parabrahma, they are called Ramanteti, that is Rama. But here, Asura is who wanted to keep the life force within the cage of this Navadvarpuri, the material body. He is Asura for a long prolonging by so many different ways, counteracting the natural ways of the material nature. Okay, so that is what I understand. Okay, that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. Okay, if any other comments, or we shall conclude and continue with further japa. Okay, we shall conclude. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Have a Krishna conscious day, everyone. And thank you so much. It is nice to see Hemlata Mataji here in our Sangha back from her pilgrimage, and also the Vashish Prabhuji and Mampi Mataji and Asha Mataji. And we are going to hear you, your sound and your japa and your kirtans in going forward in our Sangha. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hear Hemlata Mataji about her pilgrimage on Saturday or Sunday if possible.
Yes, sure, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास